Bender State government, when there was this policy of taking over of mission schools all across.
What are they using it for? Just college?
No, secondary school. Secondary school. Now, my predecessor made an attempt to hand schools over to missions, but it was met with very stiff resistance, especially by NUT. I was part of the government then, but when I came in as governor, we devised a strategy. The chairman of the committee that worked on handing over schools was the chairman of NUT that opposed handing over of schools when he was NUT chairman. So when I came in, I made him the chairman of the committee of takeover of schools, getting the schools back to the missions. So that is how we were able to succeed in handing over the school. Because I believe that a lot of the mission schools that were taken over, by the time we took them over as government, the standards dropped. The moral education that used to be taught in those schools were stopped. Teachers became indisciplined themselves. So we believe that handing over the schools to the mission, we create a competition between government schools and mission schools. That is the basic principle. But we also believe that because it's our children that are also working on it, even though we have handed over to the mission, we still continue the work we're doing on it. The hostels are also being redone. This is the classroom. We have the sports football pitch. This one will have track, 400-meter track around it, which are being brought in.
What's the name of the principal? Carry the microphone, okay, so that they will know you because you have fun.
It's J. Patrick.
Huh?
It's J. Patrick, Mister.
Yes, what about Father?
Well, I'm Right Reverend Monsignor Stephen Uzoma, the Catholic Church.
The teacher too? Or
yes.
This way, sir.
This is the office of the secretary of the principal.
That's the way they go church. That's the way they go church. So people when they go church, they used to follow you on to say, "Oh, but you go church now. You know, go do church man something."
Office of this is down. School fees, please.
Sorry, right now they are not paying. Like I said, we've returned the schools to the missions. But the students that are here now are still students from the old school, JS3 and SS3. They are not paying any school fees. When the Catholic mission fully takes over, we don't know what they will do. But for now, the students are not paying.
Yes, Pronaco. Microphone.
Okay. My name is Abimbola from Pronaco. So the buildings, it doesn't seem to accommodate or provide for disabled and special persons. It doesn't seem that there are lifts or accessibility for them. And then to the state policy on education, how is it innovative enough to prepare the children of today for the future in terms of science and technology, entrepreneurship and innovation and aspiration, so that they can compete with their counterparts in Africa?
Okay, as for physically challenged children, which I think you are talking about, we have special schools for them. In this school, if we have, it might not be more than one or two physically challenged. I cannot, because of that, build construct ramp.
Your Excellency, sir, may I stand on all the existing protocol? Your Excellency, your project seems to be concentrated more in Asaba.
Yeah, we have not.
I'm from Delta State, and I'm from. My question is it not right that some of these projects are being decentralized to where are you from? Other communities?
Where are you from? Where are you from, Delta State?
I'm from Okpanam here.
Yeah.
Particularly the communities that made up Delta State capital, like Okpanam and Ibuzo.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, with a school like this, with the kind of facilities we are seeing, and coupled with the fact that you just mentioned they are not paying school fees, is there not a likelihood that these schools might be hijacked by the big men, so that children of big men are the ones you find in this school? How can you check that?
Well, specifically for this one, like I said, it's going to be run by the mission. So I don't know whether the mission will allow big men to hijack them. But let me say this, for the ones we are running, big men do not hijack them. That assurance will give to you.
Okay. My name is Ajewole Ebenezer. Okay, my name is Ajewole Ebenezer. I'm from National Planning Commission. Mr. Governor, I thank you very much for this great. Let me just commend you, because I am a patrician. I was a product of this school. Okay. So I thank you very much for the transformation. I'm a patrician that's taking place here. So about, I noted that much has not been given in the area of sporting activities. Like the field still look the same, that I know, and then the tracks, because St. Patrick's used to be a champion not just only in academic but as well in sports. So I don't know.
Okay, well, like I was telling the minister, we just planted this grass now, so we are here to mark them, and we're also putting artificial, four-member tracks, the synthetic tracks around the field. It's one of the schools we are putting synthetic tracks.
Thank you.
My name is Bala Moses John. I just want to actually suggest to the state that given the facility they are putting on ground, there is a need for the state to have a policy whereby the missionaries should make the school to be affordable. Because if state funds will be used to provide facilities for them, then the people of the state are supposed to benefit from it in such a way that most of the people should not be left out.
Okay, we have noted your suggestion.
Let me say that I'm a product of Catholic education. I went to a Catholic primary school, I also went to a Catholic teachers college. I know the Catholics have a policy of ensuring that every segment of society is represented. Every segment of society. You go to any Catholic school, even if you go to Loyola in Abuja, you find that there are still people who go to that school free, because the Catholics ensure that everybody is integrated. Not only that, every Catholic school you go is also multi-religious. They will make sure that all religions are represented in their schools. So on that one, I can assure, unless the Catholic policy changes now, but I know that Catholic education is for the people. So I can tell you that's clear.
Yes, Your Excellency, this edifice is no doubt, standout, particularly looking at what we have seen today. I want to ask whether children of members of your ESCO also attend this school. Secondly, Your Excellency, I don't know whether you have thought by any chance of initiating a policy that will probably stop the children of most families in the state from traveling abroad to acquire education.
Well, you hardly see any child of ESCO member that is schooling abroad. Even my own child, my own children school in Nigeria. So it's not it's only university that my daughter attended. Second, you see, I always believe that no matter how rich you are, your child should have a basic primary and secondary school in Nigeria. Always, no matter who you are. And I'm happy that even people in London and America, they are now bringing their children to school in Nigeria. That is the truth. Yes, because I know many of my friends abroad whose children are now schooling in Nigeria, and they see that at the end of the day, the children come out better. So I'm a great advocate of children, especially to secondary school, schooling in Nigeria.
So how many of these structures are you building?
13. Well, if we have the time, we can. But so.
Well, we will have to move on. First, this is good. We're seeing the intervention by the state. Even though this school is handed over to the missions, they are still providing first-class infrastructure, because the missions are going to train the children of Delta State. The handover of schools back to the mission is a very good policy. We were victims in the 70s. But the moment we went back to our schools in the 80s, in the late 80s and early 90s, you will weep the state of those schools that were taken over by government. Things were broken down, morality was down, academics down, everything down. Now we went to Anambra State, just your neighbor here, and we saw what P2P has done with the handover of schools, and the quality of education has changed immediately in those places. So it's good to give the missions, any voluntary agency you know, give them back their schools so that you can concentrate and competing between the public schools and the other schools. Talking about children, let me tell you this. My children are schooling in Nigeria. They're also doing university in Nigeria. And I discuss with them all the time. And I'm impressed by the standards that they are. People going abroad is not always so. Some people just want to show that they belong to a particular class, and so their children should school in Nigeria. Some even want to import water because the one we're drinking here will appear not to be standard enough. But let me tell you, like the governor said, we were trained in Nigeria. I didn't school abroad. And I have self-confidence to compete with anybody that comes from Harvard or Oxford or anywhere. I don't have any inferiority complex. We can make these schools possible like they were in the 70s and 60s. And this is the kind of infrastructure that is required. The next one will be the administration of these schools. I believe the government is handling that. Thank you very much.